Hello.
Evening, guys. This is Nick Dunks. I'm filling in. Well, I'm taking over short time for Rob Harris, TFSL show. I'm not as polished as Rob, but I'm better looking. So, evening, gents. I'm joined by Mick, Johnny O'Connor, and our special guest tonight is Martin Walters, a Derry City manager. How you doing, Martin? You all right?
Yeah, good.
Right, guys. It's been a busy week, hasn't it? Plenty to talk about, and I think the big topic on everyone's mind today is what James Murray posted in Facebook post. The lucky dip. Have you all had a time to analyse it, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've read it, but for case of viewers who probably haven't, and on this newsfeed and Facebook, posts get pretty quickly down the page, because how busy it is. Yeah. So while we're here, you might do well to explain it to us, Dunks.
Yeah, no problem, mate. Well, James has posted at the end of the season, managers who fancy another challenge can all enter a lucky dip, basically. All throw their names in a hat. Then James, at the end of the season, will select which manager deserves a certain club. So rather than it being a total lucky dip, someone ending up with I don't know, Manchester United, for example, James will study the criteria and he'll put the right man in the right job. That's basically how I've read it. So what's your take on it, Martin?
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's a good idea. You're going to have a lot of managers out there that are enjoying the game world, but are not enjoying their club. So they're probably thinking, I love this game world and I don't want to leave, but my team are a dead end. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not getting any results. So it gives them people an opportunity to stay in the game world and have a different challenge. And I think that's great. And I think another manager then might look at that guy's team and think, actually, I like the younger team, or I like that older team. I'd rather go there. So it gives people different challenges and they can still stay in the game world that they love.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, but the thing is, Martin, they won't, if they're putting the name in the hat, they won't know what team they're getting. So they won't be able to look at a team and think, I like the look of that younger team. I fancy that challenge, because they won't know what they're getting.
That's a good point. But if they're going to put their name in a hat, I'm pretty sure their managers will then know, well, if I drop down a level or 2 levels, I can't complain. It's got to be better than what I've got at the moment.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Or, but they've just completely fed up with their team. Or if someone's managing Cardiff City, I can completely understand that. I would chuck my name in the hat as well.
What's your thoughts on it, Mick?
I think it freshens up. It gives it another spin. It gives managers room to move about if they want to. I know James is pretty conscientious about what he does, and I dare say that some managers who probably running into older end teams and don't know how to sort it out, after they get to 39 and 38-year-olds throw their teams, maybe James will say, look, unless somebody's willing to take them on, maybe I'm going to leave you to sort that team out because you've bought the players that, are in that team, You don't want it to be a get-out clause for managers that are looking at, that they've got instant success and they're looking to bail out of a team that's coming of age, as you'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. My take on it is I think it's a good idea. Now I've been down the thread and I've read it properly. At first I thought managers could end up anywhere by luck, and I wasn't sure, but now I know James is analysing everything and he's going to pick where managers go. I think it's not a bad idea. It's not for me, not at this moment in time. I think it could be in a couple of seasons, but at the minute I'm sticking with Hibs. I've got a 2-year plan, and it'd take one other side to come free for me to consider leaving Hibs. That's just how I am at the minute. I'm loving Hibs at the minute. Plan is to get promoted next year. I don't know whether I'm good enough to get promoted next year, but hopefully in the next 2. Right, so that's covered that. where shall we move on to next? Let's move on to you then, Martin. You're our guest. Yeah, I know you was on a few weeks ago, but how have things gone in the last few weeks that you've been on at Derry, Martin?
Yeah, fantastic. To be honest, I'm 10 unbeaten, which is a club record. One I might need to check, to be honest with you, but mostly wins. I've taken over Livingston, and I'm now in second place, 7 points clear. But then there's only 4 games left. But if you look at my running, it's quite bad. I've got Coleraine, which I think is it Etienne has come in there, a new guy. Yeah, Etienne Gallet, and
he's got 3 in a row and all, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's done his form is quite good. I've got Rob to play, and Rob's team have just got a couple of risers with Dundee as well, which isn't good. So my running's not, really great the next 4 games. I know it's 7 points, but I'd expect to go up now from this position, and I don't think I'll capture Hamilton with Ahmed. His teams are too strong, but obviously I've got to be looking at holding down second space now. But it's
how many points clear did you say? Yeah, Martin, 7 points clear of third.
Yeah.
She has to lose now, isn't it, bud?
And I've got the goal difference on him as well, so technically that's another point.
That's 8.
So
Yeah.
So I'd expect to go up now, and if I don't, then it will be really bad. And going into the playoffs, we all know that the third team never goes up.
If you don't, you're sacked.
This is just looking ahead, Martin. If you was to go up, how do you think you compare to Division 3 teams? Have you looked ahead yet, or haven't you gone that far?
I've looked. To be honest, written stuff down.
Oh, we lost you, Martin. Oh, we lost Martin at the moment. Let's wait and see if he comes back. I
think just to fill in for a minute till he comes back, Dunks. I think we are getting to business end of season now.
Inherited.
Sorry, Martin. We lost all that, mate. We didn't hear any of that, mate. It froze. Sorry. Can you answer that again?
Sorry. About competing in Division 3. I've looked into it, but to be honest, I haven't got the answer at the moment. How am I going to compete and bring the age down in Division 3? That's a massive question. It's a big job for me to do if I do go up. I've had a little scout around, but at Derry we haven't got a lot of money, so I don't know how to play it really. I'm going to have to obviously play it and try and bring, because I don't want to end up in Division 3 with all 85s, 38 and 40-year-olds.
Yeah.
I want a young project, but I'm not going to compete. I'm going to get battered in Division 3 if I just go flat out youngsters. So I've got to try and balance it. It's a massive job.
I think this is why James and Rob and myself, Dunks and all, everybody joins this game world, that we're sick of these game worlds that are like one-hit wonders or 2-season wonders. We want a game world that's here for a long time, and we can actually buy a young'un and grow these players, and you don't have to sell them if you don't want to. And you can grow them till aside, buy them at £300,000, £500,000, and sit on them till they are worth 10 million. But what you need a game world that's got longevity for that. And I think that's what we're aiming at long term. You're happy to buy these low young players because they're going to be risers, and you're going to get fruits of your labour in long term.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'm happy with youth, and I like bringing in youth. I've already brought in 6 players, so I would like for oldies to compete. So it's going to be interesting anyway. It's going to be a massive task, to be honest. So I don't think Derry as a town are ready to be in Division 3 personally. But there we go. But yeah, watch your space.
Well, we're on Division 3. I just want to give a shout out to newish to the game world. What's he played 3 games, and what a breath of fresh air he's been. I mean, he's everywhere. He's absolutely.
Who's this, Dunks?
Etienne? Is it Etienne?
Yeah.
Livingston boss? Is he Livingston? No. Who's he manage? I thought he was.
Is it Etienne Gala? He's with Coleraine in Division 4.
Ah, that's the one. Coleraine. I think he's been absolutely fantastic for Fusion. I don't know where James or Rob found him from, but he's an absolute class act.
Well, to be fair, they keep churning them out, don't they? Everyone that comes in, they all seem really enthusiastic.
Yeah. Well, I like I say, Jamin's Rob scouting program is quite good. I bet they wish they could scout players as well as they can scout these managers that they keep bringing in.
Then you've got Albion down the bottom, down near the bottom of Division 4, and he's another class act, isn't he? He's everywhere.
Is it Anthony Ramauta?
Yeah,
something like that. He's brilliant. Ashley Ruthless.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They're having a competition to see who can put the most posts on. I think it's amazing. I love it. Loving it. Yeah.
There's always some. This is why I'm saying, when James put this post up, this is why I was saying to you, Dunks, explain it, because it'll not be long before James's post is lost. Because there's that much stuff going up on Facebook.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, maybe it needs pinning to the top. Keep it at the top of the page.
Yeah, maybe it does for a couple of days. Good tip for James there.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, that is, Mick.
Yeah. Right. So the league tables change every week, so we've got to keep going for it. Who's going to get promoted, guys? I'm going to go with you, Mick, on this. Who's going to be the three what get promoted?
What division we started on?
Division 4, mate, because we've been in Martin's division, so we're on Division 4.
This is it. I can see myself. I can see Martin not losing it. For me, I can see, and again, I'll repeat me saying, it's who saves the players at last game. And I actually think Livingston, because they can't catch Derry on last few games of season, will start resting the players. And they've got the quality, and if they can go into playoffs with rested players, knowing they're going to, knowing they're there and not having to fight tooth and tongue, I think Livingston could do it, actually.
Yeah. Do you want me to run through the table, Johnny?
Please, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. So you've got Hamilton on 80, Derry on 75, you've got Livingston on 68, Glenavon on 64, Crusaders on 63, Motherwell on 63, and then a huge gap back to Coleraine in 7th on 55.
But what a run Colerane's going on, Dunks.
Sorry, mate.
I don't think Burton can catch it because they're slipping wrong way.
Yeah.
If Motherwell starts slipping these last 4 games, the run that Colerane's on, I think that there is a chance. It's up to Motherwell to lose it.
Yeah.
Then again, I've got Coleraine in my next game.
Yeah. To be fair to Motherwell, they've got 13 points from the last 18, and that's the same as Coleraine. So Motherwell are not really showing signs of slipping, to be fair. It's a big gap.
Paul Crowfer, he's come there, he's come down to there, and he's going to look good in the playoffs as well. I can see it, being either Livingston's or Motherwell's, definitely.
Johnny, what do you think, mate?
Yeah, I can't say anything against that. That sounds perfectly reasonable, that, yeah. Absolutely.
I just don't think the team what finishes 3rd has a good history in the playoffs.
Yeah, is that a myth though?
With Mick's logic is perfect though. I agree with everything Mick said, but I just don't see it happen that often in games for some reason. So
yeah, but all I can say about that is so you rest your players, so you've got a fully fit squad for your semi-final. But when you play your semi-final, your players are not fit for final then, so it works both ways.
Squad depth, it goes on then, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So I think Motherwell are the form team at the minute, and I think form goes a long way going into the playoffs, personally. So I'm going to go Motherwell to go up. But,
as daft as it seems, Nick, the only team that Coleraine might overtake is Crusaders.
And it's Paul Crowther's at Motherwell, and I think I really rate Paul Crowther as a manager. Yeah. He took a big step down, didn't he, to go to Division 4? Was he?
He was Celtic, wasn't he?
He was Celtic. I don't think he liked it in the bright lights, did he?
No. But he
didn't like the pressure, and he likes to build, from a lower team, and which is fair comment and respect to him.
Brave move that was. People can question it, but I think he's a good manager, and he's my pick to go up anyway with the two who are currently in 1st and 2nd. Anyone else deserve a shout out in Division 4? I've already mentioned Albion. He can't buy a win with my old club, St Mirren. Yeah, I feel sorry for him. He's just got to wait for some risers to kick in, and it's a long-term project there. But I think he'll turn it around.
I like a little shout out to Andrew Flint, who came out. If I don't know if any of you seen his video.
Yeah.
He came out the other day. He looked freakishly a lot like Jack Whitehall and sounded like him, if I'm being honest. I had to watch it for a while to think it wasn't him, but once I did, in fairness, he came out with quite an honest video that he's not been like active and he gets different things out of the game world, and I respect that. He obviously says he will be more active, but it was just a good round video, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a lot of time for Andrew. He's a busy man in real life, and it was good to see him to come out to respond because Rob had
called him out, didn't he?
A few questions only the week before. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe Andrew's doing a show sometime in the near future as well. It'd be good to hear him on a show, won't it?
Brilliant, yeah.
We'll move on to Division 3 then, guys. We'll go from bottom to top tonight.
It's getting tasty down there, isn't it?
Yeah, so here we go at Division 3 then. So we've got Reading on 84 points, Johnny.
Yeah.
Then a huge gap to Southend on 70. Bolton on 64. Plymouth on 59. Barnsley on 57. Hearts on 57 in 6th. Then you got Thumbs Birmingham on 54. Sunderland on 54. And then another gap back to Wigan on 49. Are we looking any lower than that, lads?
No. To be fair,
4 games to go. No.
Terry's our mate, but I don't think Wigan can make it.
No. Well, he'd need a miracle, wouldn't he? He'd need everything to go to plan. Just can't see that happening. No. So I'll ask you first, Martin. What's your thoughts on it, mate?
To be honest, I would expect, I've not looked a great deal at Division 3, but I would expect the teams like Birmingham and Sunderland to be in the playoffs, and I wouldn't expect teams like Plymouth and Barnsley. I know, your team, Mick, but like obviously Birmingham and Sunderland and even Wigan are, massive clubs, much attendances in Plymouth and Barnsley. I'm not having a go at the managers. I'm just looking at it now, but I just think maybe Birmingham or Sunderland possibly might get in there and mess things up a bit for the other clubs, if I'm being honest. They've got quite good squads looking at. I think it's David Gardock at Sunderland, so it's not a bad squad he's got. And Thumbs is with Birmingham as well, and he's a good manager as well. So it's very tight, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
So what's the point? What's the points? 6th place. What points are they on?
They're on 57, mate. Barnsley
on 57. And then 7th and 8th are on 54.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But the interesting thing for me is the team out of form of Bolton. I beat them 4 games ago, and they've not picked up a win since. No. They're really slipping, They're
dropping like a stone, aren't they?
They've got 1 point from 4 games, mate.
It looked like they were nailed on for second at one point, didn't it?
Yeah.
But still, Dunks, they've got to lose. There's 4 games left, 16 points.
Yeah.
They're 10 points in front of Birmingham.
Yeah.
I can't see them I can't see them slipping out of playoffs.
No.
Even with a bad run of form. Odd couple of draws just sends them off at line.
It'd be some recovery in form though in the playoffs, wouldn't it? For him to go up.
Yeah.
His current form, Who's your pick in the playoffs, Johnny?
In the playoffs, oh God! I mean, we can't really say that because we don't even know who's going to be in playoffs. But no. I mean, if Sunderland and Birmingham are making a late charge, they're massive clubs, aren't they? And to be fair, I don't particularly know them top 6 as like squads. Does anyone know off the top of that who's the form sides out of them 6 or 8?
Well, Thumbs is unbeaten in 6. He went through a terrible run, didn't he? Now he's unbeaten in 6. He's got 10 points from 8.
That makes me laugh. That does.
Yeah.
Because bless his cotton socks, he comes on newsfeed every time he loses and slags his own team off, and then when he's winning, you know about it. so he only
sings when you're winning, isn't it?
Yeah, he only sings when he loses.
Yeah.
So big respect to Thumbs. Yeah.
Plus
his cottons.
He kept badgering me to do these Q&As I was doing. He said, when you do that, he said, my form's going to change. He's done that Q&A and his form changed. So maybe he's telepathic as well. Add that to his list of qualities.
Yeah. So yeah, God, yeah, you got to fancy Birmingham or Sunderland if they get in.
Yeah.
See, the thing is as well, Dunks, I'd like to go back to what Martin said earlier, and he has got a point that I ain't thought about. You know, your Birmingham and your Sunderlands. I ain't had a look at squads to be fair.
Yeah.
But your Birminghams and your Sunderlands with the revenue you presume they've got slightly bigger, slightly stronger squads on ratings. And if they can get through into this playoff, and we're on about tiredness, and you know, your semi-final comes straight after your last league game nearly, and then your final comes within a couple of games, if they can rotate the squads better, you know, these teams with bigger, stronger squads could fight the way and actually sneak in and win playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just having.
We'd have to have a look at squad
basically,
sizes of what they've got.
Basically, in answer to your question, Dunks, it could be absolutely bloody anyone.
Yeah. I think this is a question for 2 weeks' time, lads, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Even with 4 games to go, you can't draw a line on anybody, Dunks, which is lovely to see in a game world, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Right, so we'll go down towards the bottom now. We'll miss mid-table, even though I'm the form team in the mid-table. Okay. Right, we've got Rotherham. They've been dead and buried a long time. That's Warren on 8 points.
Hey, he's unbeaten in 2.
Yeah, and I'm sure in Division 4 he's going to be a force, because I know Warren's putting right the wrongs. Then you've got Hammer, who's now in serious trouble. You know, it looked like he was odds on to get out of trouble on 30 points. Peterborough on 34 points. Then you've got Richie's Blackburn on 37. Scunthorpe on 37. Portsmouth on 37. Shrewsbury on 38. And you've got to say Bradford are still in the mix in 13th on 40. They're only 6 points above a drop.
It's tight, that, isn't it?
It is, mate. It is.
It's exciting,
Richie at Blackburn,
it's exciting.
Absolutely.
Richie at Blackburn, and he turned his form just at right time.
Yeah, he
2
has.
out of 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's made some good ground. When I was on your last with Mick, you and Rob, I made a bold prediction, and I said the Hammer wouldn't do it with Kilmarnock. I just looked at his run-in, even though he had a great team, and I just said I didn't feel like he would do it. I know he's a quality manager, and at the moment, it looks like I might be right.
Yeah,
So I'm happy about that. Don't get me wrong, he's built a fantastic, quite older, but a really good squad. But in fairness to him, he had a tough fixtures. He did have some tough run-ins against the top teams.
But I'm just going to throw Shrewsbury in the mix here. Yeah, they're currently in 15th place, or was it 14th? No points from 6 games. That's got. I'll be very worried if I was the Shrewsbury manager now. The Shrewsbury manager is. Oh, it's Ash. Sorry, Ash. Yeah, it's Ash. Ash. He must be a worry. I know he's worried now because he's always on the feed and he's had a hard time. But he must be very worried right now.
I think didn't he come on and made a comment on the newsfeed the other day that it was sounded pretty fed up to it. So he said he's tried absolutely everything and he just can't buy a win for love and money.
But then you got Scunthorpe, a couple of places below, and they've only got 1 point from 6. That's Daniel Anderson. We don't hear much from Daniel Anderson, I don't think. Let's have a look at his squad.
Look, to be honest, right, I eat my own words here.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the run-in. I like Hammer's Kilmarnock. What do you think then, Nick? Do you think Hammer will do it? Do you think he can still do it?
No, I did think if you'd have asked me 2 weeks ago when he was banging them in for fun, I'd have said he'd have done it. It almost
feels to me like he's taken an eye off ball. I don't know how active he's been in this game world and how he's been choosing his seat, if he's been on it or not. It almost feels like he would bang on it and he were getting his results and then he's just drifted off.
Yeah, when he's at it, and he will get results.
He's had a couple of kicks in balls in other game worlds for right and for wrong, I don't know. And I think maybe he's just a little bit deflated in general.
I think he was quite active last weekend because me and Emma done a show together just to hype up what we played last Sunday, to hype up our rivalry because it's been going on years. And fair play to him. He was the first bloke to congratulate me after he won. People say he runs when he loses, but he come out and congratulated me in public. So fair play for that, Emma. But I think you've done this time, but I can't see you escaping now. Richie seems to be in good form. But I do think Scunthorpe and Shrewsbury are the two teams.
Yeah.
The two
Dunks,
teams. Sorry.
can I just mention a point that could reflect on all the leagues? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Martin's here, and we've all been looking at squads and players and this, and one thing we've not come across, which could be a big season change for all teams, is we're going through a big ratings review now.
Yeah.
And some of these teams are going to get +5 risers, +6. Some of them are even going to get -2 and 3 drops. You know, and over these next 4 games, a team can actually appear totally different to what we're looking at now, because some of these players or some of these managers will be praying for reviews to come. Who's that?
Well, to be honest, with my team at Derry, I'll be honest, it's a bit older. I'm praying for them to hold off for the next 3 or 4 games, if I'm being completely honest, because my side is predominantly older players. So personally, for me, it'll definitely hit a nail into my chances.
But Martin, you would agree with me, over the next 3 or 4 games, it can be a big game changer for either way for teams.
Mick, you're completely right, to be honest. It's like something I thought about. I thought, if the ratings, some of my players go down, I'm going to look a lot weaker. Potentially, I could drop out of second and I'll be in the top 10. So, massive change you could make, yeah. It's massive.
And you look at some teams below you, Martin, and you think, he's a definite riser, he's a definite riser, he's a definite riser. And you start thinking, I'm getting slightly worried here if I get into playoffs. You know, if you slip into playoffs, you're thinking...
Absolutely.
And it is a big part of every game.
It's not even that. It's looking at, like, Rob.
Oh, we lost you, Martin.
The Rob squad. Oh, have you got me?
Yeah, you come back now. No, you've gone again, Martin. We'll just move on just for a sec. Yeah. I'm just going to ask you a question while we're talking about playoffs and stuff. Have you ever won a playoff, Mick, in a big competitive setup?
Have I ever won one?
Yeah.
Yes, once.
Yeah. Martin, you're new. Have you ever been in the playoffs and won yet? In any setup, just for example? Well, we still lost you, mate.
And I think to be honest, Dunks, is part of experience. I've been in quite a few playoffs in not competitive as this, but even so, it's a big tactical gamble you play to save your place for final and then slip up in semis or vice versa. You know what I mean? Put everything into semis.
Johnny, what about you, mate? You got
piss off.
What about you in the playoffs?
Piss off. Do you mean in these? You know what I'm referring to, don't you?
Yeah.
I made it into the playoffs. Ha 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 ha. Let's all laugh at Johnny.
Well, you said to me I didn't mention it once. Do you remember?
So you thought you'd stick it in your pocket and bring it up when you felt the need. Yeah.
Martin, you're new to SM, mate. So have you ever been in a playoff, mate?
No, I've never experienced it. Not even in like a minor game world. So to me, it's going to be all new, and I've got no experience. So that's why I'm crossing my fingers not to be in the playoffs.
Martin,
it's an experience, mate. Trust me, it really is.
Martin, shall I tell you about my experience in playoffs?
Go on, Johnny. I entered this story.
I got into a playoff final, semi-final last season in TFF.
Yeah.
Right. And Mick said to, because Mick helps me pick my teams, and I think Mick had just come back from holiday, and Mick says to me, "When's your playoff final then, Johnny? Your playoff semi-final?" And I says, "Oh, it's not till Sunday, mate. We're all right." This was Friday night we were talking, like we are doing tonight. And I said, "It's all right, buddy. I always thought there was Sunday, Tuesday. Or I don't know why. I just got it in my head, Sunday, Tuesday, Sunday, Tuesday." He says, I said, "So we've got plenty of time. We'll pick it, Sunday afternoon. We're all good, mate." Saturday night goes on. I flipping play me semi-final. Not pick me team. I had Lewis Cook playing as a forward.
Did you win?
No.
Oh, I thought they were a good entrance story.
Oh.
No, you knew the end to the story, Mick. Fuck off.
I had to put Johnny on Samaritans for 2 days. It was that bad, wasn't it?
They kept putting phone down on me. They'd had enough of me. So that's what not to do. That's what not to do in playoffs is take your eye off the frigging ball.
Dunks, I were on Skype and he were bitching like a woman at me for days. Oh, I'm fucking fed up listening to him.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it took some getting over that. Because no joke of a lie, when you're in a tough league like these leagues are, when it's dog eat dog and everyone can beat everyone, it's an hard season. And I'd only joined halfway through the season, and now I'm struggling in that league, and I'm thinking, what could have been, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, to think you put all that effort in,
Yeah.
you know, to a full season, you put all that effort in to get where you are, and then you forget to set your team.
Yeah.
There's worse than that. There's worse than that, Johnny. Believe me, it's happened in the same setup where a manager's forgot to change his team for a cup final, Johnny. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm not going to mention who it was, but that's even bigger mistake than yours, I guess, Johnny. You know?
No, I'm not sure. No. We're talking about a whole season again now.
Yeah, true.
Whole season, mate.
True, mate.
Cup finals like a bit of a luxury, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to get insight there about our history on SM. It's good
Absolutely.
To about things like
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
That
so that's what not to do.
Yeah. Right, we're going to move on to Division 2, guys. Right. So we've got Derby. They are champions now, but no, they're not. They're not champions quite. They need a point. They need a point to be champions at the weekend. Then you got Nottingham Forest in second on 62. Stoke in third on 61. Norwich in fourth on 60. Fulham fifth on 55. Middlesbrough sixth on 55. Seventh place is Bristol City on 54. Bloody hell. Leeds in eighth on 52. Queen's Park Rangers ninth on 52. Swansea on 49, and he's 6th.
That's the cut-off point, isn't it, Swansea?
Preston North End, 6 adrift. In 11th. So it ain't looking good for Preston and Swansea, but it's doable. Still 6 points. It's asking a lot.
Well, I'll tell you one team who's dropped like a stone, and one team who's massively risen. Bristol City's dropped like a stone.
Mm-hmm.
They were in third for quite a while, I seem to remember, and they're free falling now. And Stoke are on the up.
Yeah, Stoke. To be
honest, Gareth is. I mean, I admire Gareth. He does some not dodgy. He does some strange deals sometimes in various leagues. But I admire him as a manager.
Yeah, I think he's a tactician, isn't he?
Yeah, and I just thought that he's been quality in this league with team he's got. I just thought that that cup run hadn't cost him too much. I know he enjoyed it, and I know he got a bit of revenue, but I think he'd have been in a lot stronger position had he got knocked out of that cup earlier. I really do.
Yeah, your league's your bread and butter, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's nice to flirt it up if you've got squad to do it.
What's Nottingham Forest form like now? Because I think he's been a bit dodgy over the last couple, hasn't he?
Well, he's got 9 points but he's no winning 3. He's lost 1 and drew 2 in his last 3. So
that's a bad time to be in bad form, isn't it?
Behind him is Stoke. Stoke are the informed team in Division 2.
Yeah. But I mean, despite with Richards there, if you look at his team, he should be doing well.
You've got Middlesbrough, another team in cracking form, 15 from 18.
They've come from nowhere.
Yeah, and that's Greg Billington. Good manager, Greg, good guy. They could be timing their run to perfection, But then you can go further down, and we got Bristol dropping like a stone. Leeds, that's Scott Thomas, isn't it? Leeds? Yeah. Their run 16, I think it was. but they lost one, but they got back to winning ways, so they're still in with a shout. Queen's Park Rangers, Swansea, Preston, they're not showing the form for me to make a late run. 5 points from the last 6 games. That's not form to get in the playoffs, is it?
I mean, like I say, I'm looking at Forest's schedule again, and you look round about that cup final, between semi-final and cup final, yeah? You're looking after cup final, you're looking in between semi and cup final, and then you look at his form before, and you just think, what would he have point if he'd have got knocked out in third and fourth round? What would he have? Nobody will ever know.
No.
I mean, but he actually got, you know, even against me. I mean, he won me on penalties. We drew one in Shield quarterfinals, and you're just thinking if he weren't involved in cup, you know, I think he'd have been clear of this. You know, this playoff fight. I think Forest would have been clear. And maybe it could come back to bite him in arse, actually. And he could end up with, you know, scrapping in a playoffs when, to be honest, I think he's a quality manager, and I don't think he would have been without that cup run.
Just going to praise Derby for a minute for their season. They've had a fantastic season. Mark Stewart, he's a guy I respect, and he's a guy I fear as a manager, because he's such a bloody good manager. He's if I was to pick a top 5, he'd be in that top 5 on SM for me. He's a very good manager.
Yeah.
So every game world he just seems to do well in. I've not seen one where he's not doing well in, to be fair. Very good guy, very nice guy as well, respectful. Right, let's move to the lower end then, right? Because this is quite a story developing down here with Millwall. Okay, but we'll start from the bottom. So we've got Hull City on 23 points. You got Millwall on 24 points, and you got Sheffield Wednesday on 27 points. It's a big club, isn't it? Sheffield Wednesday down there.
Yeah.
I spoke to you earlier, Dunks, and
Yeah.
I don't like doing like I know Rob don't mind calling people out, but there's a lot of underachieving clubs in that league.
Yeah, that's Gino as well.
Both Sheffield clubs.
Yeah.
Aston Villa.
Yeah.
West Bromwich. You know, there's some big clubs underachieving in that league.
Just to notice the big game on there. I've just had a look now. Is Noisy's Millwall take on Gareth's Nottingham Forest in the next game? What a massive game!
Yeah.
I mean, Noisy needs the points definitely. Yeah. He's been on a brilliant run, and Gareth needs them to secure. It's such a big game. What a big game!
Yeah, that's a big scrap.
That's the biggest game in TFSL. Without a doubt, that's going to be this.
That's on Sunday, is it?
Yeah. I'm right,
Martin. You know how some managers, I forgot who it does like a featured match of the day, a game for each. That's a cracking game to do. Who does it? Dunks on Facebook?
Ian Imber.
Yeah.
I think if Ian's watching this before Sunday, he ought to make that a featured match at day, because that's two teams. One's in form, one's not in form, but they're totally different sections at tables.
Right, what are we talking about, Ian? I just want to wish you happy birthday, and it's your birthday today, mate. Happy birthday. I hope you've had a great day.
After
Happy
3.
Birthday,
1, 2,
Happy birthday, Ian.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You look like a monkey.
It's enough.
And you smell like one too.
Oh my God.
Oh, mate.
The professionalism on this show.
This show's let itself go since Rob left.
Yeah, I bet you don't want to come on at all time now, do you, Martin?
It's beer on a Fridays, Johnny. You've got to do it.
You have, mate. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, we've got. Let's go through it again. So you've got Hull 23, Millwall 24, Sheffield Wednesday 27, Ipswich 30. And Sheffield United 32. Then you got Brentford 38. So they're safe. So you got 6 clubs here, but battling it out still. I'd go up to Sheffield United. First of all, I'm going to ask you all the same question, because can Noisy escape? He's 6 points adrift. And Martin's just told you what game he's got on Sunday. Can he do it, Martin?
To be honest, I'd probably say yes, because he's on a great run. Haven't he not? If he didn't play Forrest and Gareth. So I'm gonna say no, purely for the fact he's playing Gareth. Gareth needs the points. He's got no cup distraction now. Gareth's one of the best tacticians on the game, personally, what I've seen and watched him. So I'm gonna say no on the basis of I just can't say. I can't give you an answer, because even though if he loses that, and I know if Ipswich don't make any ground on him, he's still got 2 games to swing it back. And Noisy has been beating teams higher, well, in the top 10. So I can't call that. I just can't.
Johnny?
Right, I think Noisy is capable of doing it, but I think he's reliant on what goes on around him massively. Yeah. And he can't control that. So even if he puts a shift in and gets something against Forest, it totally depends on what goes on around him.
Agreed.
If they pick points up, then it's he's just treading water. But if they drop points, then he's shooting up, isn't he?
Mick?
I'd hate to see without Noisy where Millwall would have been, because the points he's picked up to even getting 19th place has been tremendous. It's just a shame for Noisy, not for Gamewell, but for Noisy, that Ipswich has gone on an equally successful run, which has, still kept that points difference, and he just can't seem to drag Ipswich into playoff place. So on that point, and in playing Forest with so little games to go, I don't think he'll quite do it. But what an effort to try, though, Noisy. You've got to hats off to him. He's had a real go at doing it.
He's made the teams, sweat. He's made Ipswich perform, essentially, and Sheffield United. He's made them better.
Yeah.
On a personal note, I hope he stays up, because I don't want him in Division 3 next season. Right. And on the same question, I'm going to say, ask me next week, and I'll tell you the answer. Right. I think that wraps up Division 2, guys, don't it?
Are you just going to sit on the fence all night, don't you? Yeah?
I'm just going for a pee, guys.
All right, mate. Right. We'll go on to Division 1 in a minute, guys. I just want to talk about just a quick mention on Palm Tree, lads, because we're all joined to it. We'll mix away. How are you finding Palm Tree so far, Martin?
Yeah, it's great. I think that Gordon's come out with a stat sheet was absolutely incredible. We have to shout out for him. I know he's done one for TFSL as well, but it also helps Rob as well, because Rob can see how many players have signed, and so that's great. But what a game world! Yes, it's something different. Definitely something different.
You seen that, Johnny, with that stat sheet? What come out today on Palm Tree?
I haven't, but no.
I don't know whether you can view it, but if you can, it's a great view, mate. It gives you how many players, the wage. What else does it give you, Martin?
Attendance as well on there.
Attendance, all that. So it gives you all the stats, and whether basically you can figure out whether a club's overpaying on wages and stuff, or whether they've spent their money wisely. It's quite an interesting stat.
Really, that sounds fantastic. And what's is that on the Facebook?
It's on the Facebook page. Are you seeing it? I'm just talking about Palm Tree, quick, Mick. Have you seen that stat today? What someone posted? Who was it? Gordon. Gordon posted it.
Yeah.
Got all their current stats, what people have spent, how many players they've brought in, their attendance. So you can sort of gauge whether managers have overspent or.
Which Gordon is that? Because there's 2 in there.
It's not Gino. It's the other one.
So it's Gordon, the forum one.
No, is it Gordon like Jablonski or something like that? Jablon. Sorry if I'm not.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah.
Can I ask Dunks? Where's he getting his attendance from? Because I'm trying to find out. Now, I know ground capacities are quite easily to find.
I think that's what he's done, capacity. I think he's done.
Yeah, but the thing is, the capacity don't always reflect how many turns up at a game.
No, exactly.
I think we're going to have to go into season for first few games to find out. And I think we'll be quite surprised that some of these guys with big capacities are not going to get people rocking through the door what they think they're going to get.
Do you know what, Dunks? I'm really, really excited about this league.
Yeah, I am, mate.
And I'm not like excited saying I'm going to smash it, I'm going to do this. It's one of the first times in a long, long time. I once joined a conference league, and I was excited about that until Roche started buying 91 rated players, and I left.
Yeah.
So,
but what Rob's done right with this game world is he's had it simmering, so we've all known about it for months. Yeah, and that's just built the anticipation, I think, which is a masterstroke.
But what I've done is
it's like foreplay with a woman, Dunks, isn't it? You know, you don't just get stuck in. You know, you have a bit of foreplay, and I think Rob's been in a bit of foreplay with us before, hasn't he, for months? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you let me finish, Mick.
Let me just talk you through the squad. How many got in your squad, Johnny?
I think I'm at 23.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is I don't think I've got a player above 24. No. I've got a rating above 78.
No.
And it's just a total youth squad, young lads. I'm just excited about it. I haven't got an old player in there. I've got an overrated player in there, and I'm excited. Yeah, it's one of the first leagues I've been able to do that.
I'd just like to say as well, I know Phil done a show where he had a tee off on the speaker of palm tree. I have got a palm tree drink holder, just for anybody who'd like to try and beat that on the Facebook page of Palm Tree. But that's what I'll be drinking when I'm watching my game.
Martin, if we ever end up doing a Palm Tree TV thing, you're going to have to come on that with your palm tree and a drink in it every time. Yeah?
I'll just put my beer in this and I'll just slip away.
Johnny, I brought 16 in on the first day. They was all youngsters, yeah, and I've got two risers already.
Have you really?
That's really helped me. I obviously hit France because my plan in this game world is to hit the reviews. So I hit France quite fast because I knew they were coming, and then I can sell them on and bring better quality players in on the second in 3 months' time.
Second phase, you could go to your £1 million players then, Dunks, can't you?
Exactly. If I can hit that market before anyone else, because I'm getting the reviews quicker than everyone else, it gives you a better advantage going on. So that was my game.
Savvy that, Dunks. Savvy. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, boys. Rob Harris will be curling his toes up at this. 10 minutes dedicated to a different game world on TFSL. Whoa,
Johnny, and I've got my own palm tree merchandise as well. So it could be a trophy if he wants me to send this to China for him for a trophy as well.
How much are they, Martin?
Are those for sale? Are you going to buy and sell those?
If anybody wants to buy them while they're doing the team, how much are they? They can have a beer out of a palm tree cup. You ought to
have to get himself to Mexico because I flew all the way to Mexico to pick one of these up in Coco Bongos. and I'll tell you what, Rob, that is appreciation for the game. Just to get one of these.
Right, well, I'll tell you what, boys. We're going to get some TFSL Friday T-shirts done. And if anyone wants to buy any.
Oh, this is brilliant, lad. Brilliant. Right, just before we leave Palm Tree then, how many players you brought in, Mick?
I brought in 23.
23.
And I'm hoping for, SM gods to be favourable on me like everybody else. And I'm thinking, I'm hoping to get risers here and quite a few. Whether it happens or not. But this is beauty, you've played in game worlds, Dunks. I have, Johnny has, Martin has, where you can go and you're straight in and buying your Ronaldos, and nobody ever looks at these 73 rated and 75s and Rob's created a game world where we've got to look at him. And I think, to be honest, we've got to look at him quite a while because I don't think nobody's attendance has great shakes on this game world.
I see a lot of managers have gone old. And the reviews are going to have the reverse on them because they're going to drop. I've brought some old in because I run out of money, so I had to make the numbers up to get in the rules. But I went to places like Brazil, I just had the reviews, so I know they're not going to drop.
So what's your highest rated player then?
I think 80. I think my first team is full of 80s, and I think I've got the odd 78. So.
Oh, you beat me then.
Yeah. But,
I'm in your league as well.
It's a clever little game world, Dunks, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a clever little game world.
What league are you in, Martin?
I think I'm in Division 1, but I've got 23 players, 14 are youth, and I've got 9 older ones. But I went round the same route as Nick, where I think 4 of the older ones are Brazilians. Because of the review has just been done there. So
what kind of ratings?
well, I've got Bastos is 85. I think I've got El Mora. I think it's not the good one. I think he's 80 or 83. And then I've got that Nina who's 86. But I said they're not going to go down.
Though, Martin. Some smart moves. If you need your experience, go to Brazil because they've already been reviewed. So both you and Dunks is pretty smart move in that way.
I've got 14 youth, and then I think I've got 9 oldies to compete. And I've got the SMFA, which I think I've got Atletico Madrid. I'm not going to beat these, obviously. But
if still revenue, Martin.
I might. Yeah, exactly. And if I beat them, I'm going to do a roach and say I want to be manager of the year straight away.
Well, I think a lot of these managers that have gone old, Dunks on Palm Tree, I think what they'll do is they'll get success. They'll dominate this first season. It's when you get into the second season when we're still going for rises and our teams, your overall team value is going up and theirs is going down. And I think that's where they'll really struggle. I mean, obviously, you'll hold on to your Brazilians, Martin, until as long as possible. But as soon as Brazilian review comes along, I think you'll be dumping them like a stone off edge of a cliff.
Yeah. I mean, with this chat, it might be useful for this video to go to TFSL Fridays and maybe put it in the Palm Tree group as well. We
Absolutely.
have quite a bit in. Just saying.
What's your team, Martin?
I've got Las Palmas, which is in Gran Canaria.
Yeah.
I've been there, so that's why I really wanted them, to be honest. I didn't really know the stadium was as big as it was, but
I've been to Barcelona, but I didn't frigging get it.
Hey Martin, just as a matter of fact, I've actually been to see Las Palmas play. We're on holiday.
Yeah, I've been past the stadium, and it's quite big anyway.
Years ago, I think they played Villarreal or somebody like that, But I did go for a night out and a few beers and watch them play football.
All about beer with you.
I wanted Kos. I did. I wanted a Greek island team, but I wanted Kos, but their attendance were about 10. So I think they play football on the beach.
They've got more goats than bloody population, haven't they?
Right, lads, we'll move on from here then to Division 1. Okay, we're going to start at the top there. Well, Johnny, you need a point, don't you, on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who you got? Do you know?
No, I don't actually.
Oh, you got Celtic, Johnny McKenna.
Celtic, yeah, Celtic. That's it. That's the one.
Well, what can we say, really? We've praised you a lot on these shows already, haven't we?
Have you really?
Yeah,
we've blown enough smoke up his ass.
You got to give him credit where it's due, though, man. He's ripped this up, and I've not given credit. Others might have, and I've known Johnny a couple of years on SM, and we've been in our own private little battles with Rochi, Scott Thomas, Terry Gray. And we've had some right laughs, haven't we, Johnny?
Yeah, good guys, top guys.
It's been some really competitive between the 5 of us, and on the old, Johnny's come out on top. So I know when I brought him into these game worlds, I said to everyone, do not give him a top club. Do not give him a top club. Because I know just what he can do with it, and he's gone and proved it. So I'm glad he's proved me right. And I feel better now, but I must be an half-decent manager as well if Johnny's doing it. Fair play, Johnny. I hope you wrap it up. I
mean, I think what Johnny did at Man City, I talked to Johnny a lot, and I think what he decided early doors, and he did some brave decisions. There were some big players he got rid of, Dunks.
Yeah.
There were some big players he got rid of, and youth players, But he was and he exchanged them for you, eh?
He was clever enough to keep depth.
Yeah. I mean, he got his Ronaldos in, and he got it. He still went for a younger team, but there were a couple of players he swapped plus cash that were quite surprising to a lot at Game Worlds. You're breaking up a Man City team, not breaking it up, but there were quite brave decisions where he thought, look, I'm gaining away certain players here, but this is who I'm gaining. But
with the market being so fresh, he's in a strong position to make it even stronger, and he could dominate this game well.
I mean, one of the things we discussed earlier was what should he buy Ronaldo? I mean, we had a long discussion, didn't we, Johnny, about him?
We did, pal. Yeah.
And you know, and I says, yeah, at Ronaldo's age, should I buy him? Should I? I says, Johnny, I says Ronaldo's got, not in real life, but in SM terms, he's got 6 seasons in him, 6 to maybe 8 seasons in him.
Well,
maybe not at 99, but even if he drops to 96,
you can't buy 96s at that price, can you?
No. And he were wondering whether he should trade in. I forgot who he traded in now. And I says, he's got 6 to 8 seasons. I says, that is a long time in SM. In SM history, that is a long time.
Well,
a long
Messi, you've got to break the bank to get Messi in, you see, and that's the difference. You're weakening yourself to bring Messi through, aren't you? He's a good signing, but in the first season, you've got your squad's going to suffer long term.
Well, I still say I'm not pulling him out because he's a good manager. But Phil, you know, Matty's brother, he did an awful lot of 2-for-1s in Liverpool and got, you know, Neymar and Messi in, which is fantastic. But he left his squad quite threadbare, so he only had maybe 11, 12, 13 decent players. And then when he's in the cups and all that, maybe he can start picking up a few draws and things like that, you know. So top manager.
Johnny, do you think he's gonna, if he adds depth to that team next year now, which is obviously needed? With he's got Messi, Griezmann, Salah. Do you think with depth he's going to probably be your best? Your toughest competition.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
It's got to be. Yeah. He just needs a bit of depth, Martin.
Yeah.
And like I say, Martin, and I love the guy, but he needed a good kick up arse, mate, didn't he?
Yeah, and he got it, and he came out and he admitted it, didn't he? Yeah. He said that he's been a bit.
And he's pulled his finger out, and this is what happens when he pulled his finger out. I don't even know his past history, but he's 1 draw in 6 games. Every other's a win, you know.
I'm going to defend Phil here on one thing. He hasn't got SM experience. He's new, and there's still a learning curve to Phil. And
we don't need to defend him though, mate, because we're not having a pop. I'm not having a pop at him. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He ended up. You know, he went for the big time players, which is fantastic, and he's got them forever now.
Yeah.
You know, they're off the market. You know, he's not getting rid of Messi and Neymar and Griezmann.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it left him just a little bit threadbare. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how Phil's cut his teeth in SM is coming to these big setups. He's not played any Mickey Mouse setups. He's come straight into these big setups. And I think that's...
And sometimes got chewed alive, don't.
Yeah, and now Martin's following suit. Wherever Martin is, whatever game world you look at, Martin's ripping up trees now as well. And now Martin's not got any experience in SM in these kind of setups. Yeah, so fair play to him on that. And squad building will come to Phil in future. He'll learn from this, and I'm sure he'll feel a bit different going forward.
But Martin, going back to your original question, I think if Phil can strengthen on this squad and he spends wisely his money on risers and stuff like that, he can't always add Messis and players that are always at that level now. I mean, the 2 dear. But if he can spend wisely and look at risers to make additions to build a strong depth to his squad, he's got Liverpool the challenges, Johnny, for years to come. And as Ronaldo fades, Messi's still there because there's a big age gap. You know, and as long as he keeps eye on ball, I think he could eventually really challenge Johnny. And hopefully I can. You know, I mean, I've only been there for half a season, Dunks. You know, I took over team in 14th place. Yeah. And they'd 87 rated players in the team, for God's sake.
Yeah, so you're doing all right. You look like you're nailed on for a European of some.
But I am a bit disappointed that, I mean, I've said it there, you know, I'm still so, but I'm a bit disappointed, you know, from cup final. I can't buy a win.
No.
At minute.
I'm just going to say Chelsea have been in decent form lately under Yusuf. I don't hear much from Yusuf. I don't see much of him anywhere on the feeds or anything, but he's turned it round on the pitch, hasn't he? So credit there. And I remember Tom Parfitt when he took over Tottenham. United and him was in a right old race for 4th, and he's absolutely ripped a massive gap up on United now.
He's won 4 and 4, hasn't he?
67.
Won his last 4, I think.
Yeah,
Thomas.
yeah.
He's had a brilliant start to that.
Tom's making waves at Tottenham. I'm really pleased with Tom. He's a cracking guy, and he's good. He's really active as well, isn't he, Tom?
I'm getting fed up of saying it, but top man, top manager. You know, we've said it all tonight, haven't we? You know, and Phil and bloody Mark Stewart, and it's just full of top managers and top blokes.
I think I put a post, Dunks.
Yeah.
I think I put a post earlier on it week. You know, regarding Arsenal on Facebook, you know, and we're not dealing with mugs here. We're not, none of managers, whether the managing Derry City, a Derry City manager can quite easily, same with Millwall, we know what Noisy can do at Millwall, we know what he can do with big clubs. There's no mugs here, depending on, it don't matter what team you're managing, whether it's Derry City to Millwall to Manchester City. There's no mugs. You've got to respect every manager. But I have to admit, right, I had a little look tonight at Bournemouth, yeah? And I know Tom was there, and I saw him do a video, and he looked quite suicidal in his car. I thought he would have put car exhaust, you know, into the back and fumigate his son. He looked that depressed.
Yeah,
his car's coming like Harry Redknapp's transfer day.
I thought you were, you know, on Beachy Head. On Beachy Head, I thought you were ready for driving car off edge at cliff. Wait, we're talking.
Dunks, just listen to these stats. Me and Mick were looking at it before we came on.
Yeah.
Listen to these stats. We were talking about how the hell Bournemouth are expected to compete in League One, and I was saying, what did he get? 11,000. So we looked at his attendance and his average attendance. And then we start comparing it to all the other leagues, yeah? Just listen to these stats.
Yeah.
You have to go down, right? Bournemouth are in League One. They've been set up in League when obviously league started. But when you look at attendance, and we've had a full season to look at this, Dunks. So you look at your average attendance, you have to scroll down the leagues. Everybody in League One has got better attendances than Bournemouth, yeah? Right. We're not looking at Bournemouth surviving in Premiership in real life because of Russian money and Sky TV. In Soccer Manager, it don't work that way. You rely on attendances and prize money. Yeah, simple.
Yeah.
It's a very it don't quite reflect real life. Yeah. So you look at Bournemouth. Yeah, they're placed in Division 1 because they are obviously in real life a Division 1 team. Yeah. But you look at the attendance of a season, everybody in Division 1 obviously has bigger attendances. So then I looked in Division 2. Everybody in Division 2 has way bigger attendances than Bournemouth, right? So then I scrolls to Division 3, yeah? You scroll all the way down Division 3, you get to Plymouth Argyle. Plymouth Argyle get better attendances at this moment than Bournemouth. Yeah. You've got
Shrewsbury. You have to go.
Shrewsbury Town, right? We're 14th in Division 3. I think it's 14th. Let me have a look. 14th in Division 3. Who's got 6 wins, 6 losses in a row. Shrewsbury Town just does not quite beat Bournemouth for attendance. And then people are expecting that if the Bournemouth manager, and we all know it's about resources, and we all know about the capability to buying people in, and then people are expecting, you know, if the Bournemouth manager gets relegated, he gets sacked, or blah 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 blah. You know, this is a team that Plymouth Argyle are getting better crowds. You know, and we ain't got as Russian oligarchs to rescue us. And we haven't got Murdoch at Sky.
The other thing is,
we've got to give, sometimes you've got to give teams a reality check, yeah?
Yeah. The other thing is, Mick, at the start of the season, he hasn't really got any firepower in the team to bring in a lot of money, has he? In sales, no. You know, he's got a few he could sell, but not a lot. He's not going to bring a lot of money in to be able to compete in Division 1. Where I believe if someone picks up Bournemouth in 2 months' time in another setup, Bournemouth will at least have a lot of rises after what's been going on this season. They've been playing very well on the pitch. So maybe they'll be a little bit better off. But like you say, the attendance is always going to kill Bournemouth in Division 1 on SM. And
probably in League 2 as well, Dunks.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Well, yeah, like you say, you know, they in SM terms, really, they belong in Division 3, don't they? You know what I mean? With Michael Bowes is doing quite well, isn't he? He's not won yet there, but he's picked up 4 points. He's battling. So
he's fighting, but you've got to understand though that this guy, you know, we'll sack him but he's fighting a losing battle because he's even bloody Plymouth a bigger club than he is.
Absolutely, mate.
On attendance wise, you know, and you just that's off that guy who take these teams on.
Well, he's
to drift. Play to Michael.
You know, I hope Michael Bowes does it. You know, I know it's Tom Parfitt's club. I'm really rooting for you, Michael, man. I hope you do it, buddy. It's not impossible. You've hung in there, you're 4 points adrift, and you've got a chance. You know, I don't know what the form's like of other clubs above him. Well, Cardiff are in dire. They're above him, and they've only got 2 points from 18. That's Lionel, the Argentine.
I hope he does it, Dunks. But what I'm saying is, if he does it, it's a credit to and Tom and Michael that they actually still in with a fighting chance.
Yeah, the big talking point of Division 1 this week is the United result for me. Dan Smith losing 4-0 at home to Anthony Roach's Huddersfield. That shocked me, to be honest. I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, it were. It was a bit groundbreaking, that wasn't it? I felt tremors going through the earth with that one.
Yeah. I know we joke about it and about Roach, you know, being manager and he come out and claimed himself. But in fairness, you know, he's got a right to claim that. You know, he's got a cup. They're in 6th place. You know, I know his squad's maybe older, but he's still done a damn good job there.
He's only done that to prove me wrong, you know.
Yeah.
After the cup final, he made a statement and he says we're pushing for 6th place now. And I looked I looked at the league and they were 9 points behind, and I says, mate, you've had a bang on head. You know, and I know you're still emotional from your cup win, but you're talking pants. And how many points clear are they now? 4, 5?
4.
Yeah.
So he's turned a 13-point gap round.
And he
that's incredible.
He's gone from 9 points behind to 4 points ahead.
Yeah. Well,
unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
If Anthony finishes 5th and he's won a cup, he's got a hell of a shout for me as manager of the season. You know, it's a hell of an achievement. I know Johnny's won he's about to win the double.
But
I think Ant's be your main rival for manager of the season, Johnny.
Yeah. But the thing is with Anthony is, and I hope James looks into this, and obviously me and Johnny discussed a lot of things on a regular basis. You know, Anthony's got a squad that's on its last legs.
But I'll challenge that with he will get a huge investment again from the chairman, and he can go and do that again.
That's a great point. I was thinking then.
His squad value is so down on everyone else's, he'll get a huge investment. That's what I believe.
Yeah. But what's stopping him from going out there and buying other older players and then doing it again? So it is kind of a, you know, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, he's going to get prize money and investment. You know, he's going to get quite a bit of money, I believe.
And do you know what we said earlier about palm trees? I'm not harking back to palm trees because he's blowing smoke up Rob's ass. But, you know, every manager approaches different teams different ways. Roach's approach is not my approach, but obviously it works for Roachy. You know,
I've tried it in a setup and I hated it. I hated all the old players. For me, I love the thrill of finding risers, you know, and I like to come into a game holding season 3 and be challenging, you know, and that's how I set up in game weeks. But I'm not knocking how others do it, but it's just for me, I don't enjoy building a team that way. But
no, I don't.
Others do, you know, and fair play to them, you know. But if it really knocks me when they buy old and they don't get results. But I can't argue about it if they're getting results, and that's what Anthony Hodge does, you know.
It's like me at Arsenal. Don't, you know,
Yeah.
I don't even like Mandzukic. I'm getting rid of Benzema. As soon as his transfer ban's up, he's gone, and I don't care who I get.
You want to
But
get
I'm not having it because I just think he's not a player I want to.
No. How long you got him for? How long before he's off the ban, Mick? Because you want to get a shot for the Spanish review.
December.
He might go down, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's going to get revealed before he goes down, but still, don't matter. You know, he's done a job for me in a way.
He might stay. He might stay.
13th of December.
Yeah.
He might stop at 93. I don't know, but still, as soon as his transfer ban's done, he's gone.
Should we talk about the bottom, boys?
Should we talk about what, mate?
I don't really feel like we've covered the bottom.
No, we haven't.
Well, we've skirted on Bournemouth.
We've gone off subject. So yeah, we was on Bournemouth. So what? Let me start at the bottom then. So we've got Wolves on 24, Johnny. Brighton on 25th. Bournemouth on 26th. Palace on 30. Cardiff on 31. Celtic on 32, and West Ham on 33. West Ham are probably safe, but they're not mathematically safe, are they? They're 7 points above. I'd say Michael Hudson will see that home. I can't see him getting dragged into the relegation fight. Johnny McKenna, 6 points above, but he's got you this week, hasn't he, Johnny? So if you beat him, that could put more misery on him. And
well, again, you know, he's just hoping for results around him, isn't he?
Yeah, but I'm looking at the bottom three, and the team what are getting points is Brighton. They've got
they are. They've had a massive uprise since David took over.
Yeah, he's done well, David.
He has, yeah, fantastic, yeah.
So how many points adrift was he?
5 points from Palace.
So if anyone's going to get out of it, it'd be Brighton. That'd be my call. Palace are picking up. They've picked 6. They've got 2 wins from the last 3. So it's going to be hard to claw back.
As we're saying this as well, just looking at the fixtures.
Yeah.
Another big game is Huddersfield, Roche, trying to hold down 6 versus Brighton on Sunday.
Yeah. All right.
It's a massive game again because you've got Roche. Obviously, Roche's going for 6 and hold it down.
Yeah.
And or maybe chase up higher, and Brighton really need a win.
Oh, Huddersfield aren't looking down now; they're looking up. They're looking at Man United.
My personal,
Darren.
My personal opinion on the bottom 3 is it. I can't see any of them getting out, mate. Unfortunately, I think it stays as it is. But what's your take on it, Johnny? Can you see any of them getting out of that?
Well, I'll just use the Dunks comment. Ask me next week.
See, I think I know Rob was good hosting this show and predictions because he's so far in front of us that he was there on Sunday when he was hosting it in China. So he knew the results.
Martin,
he could see into the future, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Do you think they can get out of it, Martin? Is there anyone going to get out of that?
I don't think so. No, I think it's going to stay as it is. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a gap. I mean, David's picking up form, but looking at the run-ins, they've all got some tough fixtures. I think they've all got someone to play in the top 10. I think so. Yeah, I'm going to say stay like it is.
Mick,
I'm going to have to agree with Martin. I mean, I know Bournemouth are knocking out the draws, but at this time, draws are not enough. You've got Palace, and that's the big difference. The Palace have got 2 wins out of, last 3 games. Yeah. That's 6 points picked up compared with 2 for Bournemouth. That's where your 4-point gap and we are getting to business end of season now. We're not actually speculating anymore. We're looking at reality.
Yeah, I'm looking at Leicester. I think Leicester are going to be a better side next year after these reviews.
That's Dario, isn't it? Very good, man.
He's got a lot of rises in now. I think Leicester are in a healthy spot. Come next season, they've done all right this season. They're punching probably where they should be. Maybe.
I mean, the Dunks. just for a little punt out there as a thought, I think sometimes, near reviews, we know the sort of big five or big six countries get reviewed at the same time, don't they?
Yeah.
And we could actually do a show as an idea about, a review show, who we think's going to get risers and who we think's which players are going to get these risers and who they're going to affect, because it's a massive shift for game world.
Yeah. Right. I just want to plug something. It's my show. It's coming Sundays. I done one last week. I don't know whether you watched it. I do it with
like a strong person, Dunks. It's my fucking show.
I do it with Ian Imber. It's a prediction show. We're doing it every Sunday. We'd love guests to come on as well to have a go with us. We predict on about 8 to 10 matches. I beat Ian last week 11-5. Just added that bit,
Yeah.
But if anyone fancies a go, we record it Sunday morning. About 30 minutes we're on. We'll have a little chit chat as well. If anyone would like to come on with us, have a bit of fun with us, you're welcome to. Okay. And I think we're going to wrap that up, lads, because we've gone over.
I just want to plug someone actually. If you look at the league, I'm sorry to go back over old ground, but I think Newcastle's punching above their weight.
That's Ross Darlington, isn't it?
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Never manager I rate highly, Ross.
Where are they? 7th, 8th?
Yeah. Or they was in the top 10 anyway.
I don't think they've got. I don't think they've got a high-rated squad.
No. Ross is another good manager. All right, Ross.
Yeah.
He's from your part of the country, ain't he, Martin?
Yeah, I know Ross. Yeah, I know Ross.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah. They all coming together, this Welsh invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was a World Cup, Wales would be in SM. The Welsh managers and English managers, it'd be a good competition, that. 5 top English managers against these 5 Welsh lads. Be interesting. What do you think today, eh? Is that another thought sometime down the line, just for a bit of fun?
Yeah. Be a good one, yeah.
Right. Has anyone got anything else to add then before I wrap it up?
No, I think it's been a good show, Dunks.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Martin?
No, it's been great, yeah. No,
Yeah.
good.
Johnny?
Yeah, top banana. See you next week.
Okay, guys, I've really enjoyed it. It's my first show. I've had a real laugh, and that's what it's all about. Hope everyone enjoys it. Thanks to you all guys for coming on. And this is Dunks, Harris is Stepping, and the good-looking one. Cheers, guys.
See you later, guys.